On May 31, 2025, India's top defense official, General Anil Chauhan, confirmed that Indian fighter jets were lost in the May 7th clash with Pakistan. But what really happened up there? How did India's cutting-edge Rafales find themselves outmatched in a modern air battle? Let's rewind. On May 7, 2025, the skies over Kashmir became the stage for one of the most advanced air battles of our time. India's Dassault Rafale, a sleek, heavily armed 4.5 generation jet renowned for its agility and multi-role capabilities, faced off against Pakistan's Chengdu J-10C, a Chinese-made fighter equipped with formidable sensors and some of the longest-range air-to-air missiles in the region. This wasn't a close-range dogfight like the aerial duels of the past. Instead, it was a beyond-visual-range engagement, a contest of radars, data links, and missiles that could reach out to 200 kilometers or more. Let's start with the sensors. The Indian Rafale's main eye is the RBE-2 AESA radar, one of the first active electronically scanned array radars on a European fighter. This radar can track targets at ranges of up to 200 kilometers for large aircraft and around 100 to 150 kilometers for fighter-sized targets. But what makes it truly exceptional is its ability to track multiple targets simultaneously and seamlessly switch between air-to-air and air-to-ground modes without losing track of any threats. The Rafale's sensor suite doesn't stop there. It fuses data from multiple sensors, not just the radar, but also the front sector infrared search and track system, or IRST. This passive sensor can detect the heat signatures of enemy aircraft, even if they're trying to stay stealthy, by keeping radar emissions to a minimum. On top of that, the Rafale's Spectra electronic warfare suite can sniff out radar threats and jam them, giving pilots a layered defensive bubble. On the other side, the Pakistani J-10C's KLJ-7 AESA radar is no less impressive. It's a modern radar that can track targets out to about 150 kilometers against fighter-sized threats, and like the Rafale's radar, it can handle multiple targets at once. But the J-10C's real strength is how it plugs into Pakistan's broader air defense network. Pakistan's J-10Cs were reportedly linked with Chinese-supplied AWACS aircraft and ground-based radars, forming a comprehensive kill chain that extended the fighter's eyes far beyond what it could see on its own. While the Rafale's sensor fusion is remarkable, it's largely designed to work with NATO standard networks, and in this clash it seems India's Rafales didn't have the same level of external data feeding directly to them. Now let's get to the heart of this battle, the missiles. The Rafale's primary long-range weapon is the MBDA Meteor. Unlike older missiles that rely on a solid rocket motor that burns out quickly, the Meteor uses a ramjet engine that continuously feeds air, giving it sustained high speed and energy even in the final moments of flight. It can fly at over Mach 4, with a maximum range of around 200 kilometers against larger targets. What really makes the Meteor lethal is its large no-escape zone, the distance within which a target simply can't outmaneuver or outrun the missile. In theory, it's designed to ensure a kill even if the target tries every trick in the book to dodge it. But there's a crucial detail here. No evidence suggests the Indian Rafales fired any Meteors in this engagement. Analysis of the crash sites revealed debris from older MICA missiles, which have a range of about 80 kilometers, much shorter than the Meteor. It's likely that the Rafales were either not carrying Meteors at all, or didn't get the chance to launch them before being forced to evade incoming threats. On the Pakistani side, the J-10Cs were armed with the PL-15, a missile that's made headlines for its exceptional range. Estimates for the export version, the PL-15E, range up to 145 kilometers, but some analysts believe the version used by the PAF in this clash could have had even longer legs, up to 180 kilometers. That's well beyond what the MICA could hope to match. The PL-15's AESA radar seeker gives it a high probability of kill even in a cluttered electronic environment. During the May 7th battle, multiple PL-15S were fired from beyond 100 nautical miles, essentially at the maximum reach of the missile, and at least one of them found its mark. So what exactly went wrong for India's Rafales jets that are widely respected for their agility, sensor fusion, and cutting-edge weapons? First, the Rafales were probably carrying air-to-ground weapons for India's Operation Sindoor precision-guided bombs or scalp cruise missiles. This may have forced them to cut back on their air-to-air missile loadout, possibly leaving the Meteors on the ground that day. Second, French defense sources confirm no sign of Meteor debris in the crash zones, so even though the Rafale is designed to dominate long-range battles with the Meteor, that advantage was never brought to bear. Third, the J-10Cs, safely tucked in their own airspace, used the PL-15's long reach to engage Indian jets before the Rafales could even see them. The MICA's maximum range simply wasn't enough to threaten the J-10Cs in return. Fourth, the real game-changer was Pakistan's integrated network. Chinese AWACS planes and ground-based radars fed targeting data directly to the J-10Cs, allowing them to see and shoot at targets the Rafales couldn't even detect on their own radar screens. Fifth, while the Rafale's Spectra suite is world-class for electronic warfare, able to jam radars, deploy towed decoys and spoof missile seekers, once a missile is launched and closing fast inside its no-escape zone, even the best electronic defenses are up against the laws of physics. And finally, this clash wasn't a swirling dogfight where pilot skill and maneuvering could save the day. It was a long-range slugfest where the only factors that mattered were missile range, network targeting, and who fired first. Despite these challenges, the Rafale's Spectra system would have been working overtime, deploying chaff and flares, trying to spoof the radar seekers on those incoming PL-15s. The system can even deploy a towed decoy like the Thali's mascot to lure radar-guided missiles away from the aircraft. But when the threat is already too close, even the best defenses can only do so much. This battle, Rafale versus J-10C, was a sobering lesson in the future of aerial warfare. It showed that in modern air combat, it's not enough to have a top-of-the-line fighter. What matters just as much is how that fighter is armed, what networks it's linked to, and how it's integrated into a broader kill chain. India's Rafales are exceptional aircraft by any measure. But in this engagement, Pakistan's J-10C leveraged long-range PL-15 missiles and a data-linked kill chain to turn the tide. The Rafales, caught in a strike configuration without their best BVR missiles, were simply outmatched by a standoff engagement they couldn't respond to. The May 2025 clash isn't just another chapter in the India-Pakistan rivalry, it's a powerful reminder to air forces everywhere. The future of air combat isn't about dogfighting acrobatics, it's about long-range sensors, data fusion, and the ability to strike from beyond the enemy's reach. And for India, it's a lesson that even the world's best jets can be vulnerable if they're outranged and out-networked. If you found this breakdown insightful, be sure to subscribe, and let us know in the comments, what would you have done differently? Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.